at it again, baby, and we've got an interesting one. Let's dive in.
Jordan understood something that most people today don't. People need to get away from all the politics and division, whether it's with sports, comedy, music, or whatever. The majority of us just want a diversion to turn off all the noise. But when large companies start fighting the culture wars and ignoring the mission, which is business, people start looking for alternative.
You go woke, you go broke.
It's that simple. And good leaders understand that. They know it's not worth sinking into the woke muck just to make a handful of people happy. No one's ever happy. And no one ever respects people that cave. Today, the streaming service Netflix took a stand, putting out a memo to its employees, 11,000 of them, saying they aren't going to take tiny little stands over every single piece of content they put out. They're not going to cave to the left, who complain about this comedian or this actor. They're just going to go about their business. And if you're not happy with it, well, maybe you should find yourself a new job.
Bang. If you're not happy with the company, then go find a new job. It's that simple. You're not required to work there. All right. It's not a requirement. You aren't, on a shackle in, a Netflix office. It's about dollars and cents. And I've said this time and time again in several videos. The bottom line is dollars and cents, because you can do all this woke stuff that you want to, but if your company isn't making money, it means absolutely nothing. And to all of these individuals that try to push all of this woke stuff, I want woke, man, you got to do the woke movies and TV series. You're sinking your companies. So, you may think that you're doing a good deed, but in the end, you're only just piping, for lack of a better term. You're only piping yourself, because you're going to lose your job. When that company goes under, guess who they're firing? It's going to be you. It's that simple. But y'all let me know how you feel in the comment section.
Quote, not everyone will like or agree with everything on our service. While every title is different, we approach them based on the same set of principles. We program for a diversity of audiences and tastes, and we let viewers decide what's appropriate for them versus having Netflix censor specific artists or voices. If you'd find it hard to support our content, Netflix may not be the best place for you. What an amazing idea.
And it's crazy that I even have to applaud that, but you know what I'm saying? That's common sense. That's common sense. And listen, they can make their woke content, but when you censor the content that I like, just because you want to push this woke agenda, that's when you lose my subscription. That's when you lose a customer. Make all the woke content you want to, but make the content that I like too. You know what I mean? Make content for a variety of different individuals. Don't funnel it to this one thing. It's common sense. So, go woke, go broke.
Letting the viewers decide. Thank you. It's about time companies started treating us like adults. This memo was a direct response to some whiny employees who just a few months ago were protesting and crying over the company airing a Dave Chappelle special. All because he made some jokes they didn't like.
Cancel people that are more powerful than me. We canceled J.K. Rowling. My God, J.K. Rowling wrote all the Harry Potter books by herself.
Shout out J.K. Rowling, because I only recently watched Harry Potter within the past 2 years, and it was fantastic. I'm mad that it isn't still going on. But anyway.
She sold so many books, the Bible worries about her. And they canceled her because she said in an interview, and this is not exactly what she said, but effectually, she said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad as they started calling her a TERF. I didn't even know what that was.
Like the shit we run on? TERF?
But I know that trans people make up words to win arguments.
Some of these Netflix employees were offended.
It's okay to laugh, but you're sparking hate conversation.
The problem is that as trans people, we have very limited rights, all right?
We have a whole...
Very limited rights? What? You got the same rights I got. What are you talking about? be spewing stuff. Oh, I have very limited rights. My rights aren't as... What are you talking about? If anybody violates your rights, can somebody explain that to me? Last time I checked, we all got the same rights. So
piece of content on Netflix called Disclosure that is, for trans people, by trans people, that explains how comedy and content such as Dave Chappelle's is harmful.
You don't
explains how comedy and content like Dave Chappelle's is harmful. Last time I checked, it was about inclusivity, right? Including the trans, the LGBTQ plus IA, whatever, including everybody. If you are included, then you get included into the jokes. You're not some high and mighty power. You're just like the rest of us. If you want to be treated the same, don't get mad when you actually get treated the same. Am I wrong, y'all? Like, am I tweaking? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, I would be clapping for, hey, yo, we included. We get made fun of just like everybody else. People make fun of my big ass lips and my big old nose, and I can smell a cookie from a mile away. Like, let's go. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section. I'm just lost right now.
Have a right in this country to not be offended. If you don't want to work for a company, find a new job. These people were trying to twist the boss's arms into getting their way. And they didn't care if the company ended up having a worse product or less revenue. All they cared about was forcing their lack of sense of humor on the rest of us. But Netflix, they couldn't care less. They're telling their employees, we're not picking sides. You can go out and fight in the culture war if you want, but if it keeps you from doing your job, go work somewhere else. If you don't want to watch Dave Chappelle, watch something else. You don't have to keep me from watching it. It's smart corporate business. We put it out there, and then you can watch whatever. Remember when Major League Baseball wanted to make a political statement last year by moving their All-Star game out of Georgia, all because of a fake news story about a voting bill? Well, they ended up moving to Colorado, where voting laws are actually stricter. But that didn't matter. It was just for show. And Atlanta, Georgia lost out on millions in revenue, and Major League Baseball lost out on the ratings, recording their second worst rating number of all time. When politics gets into America's favorite pastime, it's way past time to turn the channel. Hey, look at Disney. They stuck their neck out for kindergarten teachers to talk to 6-year-olds about sex and transsexuals. Huge mistake. Not only is it inappropriate, but it was a horrific business decision. And now Florida's stripping Disney of all the special treatment they get in Orlando. Netflix isn't making the same mistake, and neither did Spotify. Remember the mob went after Spotify's most popular podcast guy, Joe Rogan? Spotify got a whole lot of heat to fire their biggest revenue driver, but the head of Spotify stood his ground and told his employees he wasn't caving.
And I feel like Joe Rogan is one of the most fair people there are. Like, what? Stop it. This stuff is getting out of hand. Listen, like he mentioned earlier, if you don't like what a company is doing, you have the right to leave. You can go do your woke stuff outside of the workplace, but when you're here, you are here to work. If you don't want to work, fired. Listen, the way that I see it, companies should stay out of politics, do business, simple and plain. Whenever there's a social justice war going on, companies conduct yourselves as normal. Stay out of politics. Baseball, show me a baseball game. I don't really watch baseball. It's too slow for me. But, show me the sport. Basketball, show me the sport. Nike, sell me Nike stuff. Don't hit me with all this woke stuff. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for a product. That's it. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Don't want to hear your messaging and nothing like that. Give me the product that I want. That's it. If you want to send me an advertisement, send me an advertisement about the products that you're selling, not the message you're trying to push. Am I right? Y'all let me know in the comment section, please.
Saying this. While I strongly condemn what Joe Rogan has said, and I agree with his decision to remove past episodes from our platform, I realize some will want more. And I want to make one point very clear. I don't believe that silencing Joe is the answer. Good leaders don't cave. They pause, they reflect, and then they do what's best after careful consideration. But these corporate leaders are stuck with a younger generation that just feels so
crybabies.
entitled to getting their way. If one thing goes wrong, or if one thing makes the slightest person a bit uncomfortable, they launch a corporate jihad. Joe Rogan actually put it on his podcast this way this week. Watch.
A friend of mine who's an employer, she employs people, and she was saying that, like, some of her employees are saying, I need a mental health day today. She's like, you're not sick. Get the to work.
Right.
What are you talking? You want to get paid for this mental health day? Show the up. Right. We're not talking about your parents just died in a car accident. No, you have a high level of anxiety today. You know, it's this Roe versus Wade thing. I saw it in the news, and I need a mental health day. Right. You. Show up at work. Show up at work and work harder.
You can get a mental...
Suit up and lace your boots up. Like, I don't... A lot of our grandparents just worked their butts off day after day, and they worked harder labor than what we have. And you need a mental health day? We talking about actual hard labor a lot of our grandparents had to go through every day. I never heard my grandma complain not one time, but you need a mental health day. Come on, man. Stop it with the BS. Man, we've created a culture of marshmallows. Soft. Y'all let me know if you feel the same way, please. This stuff is just, it's crazy to me, you know? I don't even know what to say.
Health day if someone dies, not if Hillary loses. The Chinese, who are trying to take over the world. Don't take mental...
And yeah, like he said, if you have a family member that passed away, you know, that's obviously understandable. I've gone through that plenty of times. I understand that. I get that. But because your party loses an election, like, you need oh man, I need a break. Stop it.
Hillary loses. The Chinese, who are trying to take over the world. Don't take mental health days because they use the wrong pronoun. This is a competitive world. Americans can't afford to go soft. Here's Elon Musk on that.
Ooh.
I think there will be some very strong companies coming out of China. There's just a lot of super talented, hardworking people in China that are strongly believe in manufacturing, and they won't just be burning the midnight oil; they'll be burning the 3 a.m. oil. So they won't even leave the factory, type of thing. Whereas in America, people are trying to avoid going to work at all.
We're in an economic war with the Chinese. This lazy corporate culture war is going to make us lose this economic war. So we hope more companies follow in Netflix's footsteps.
Yes, sir.
As Calvin Coolidge once said, the business of America is business. So let's all go to work, stop complaining, and then go home, have a drink, and watch Jesse Waters Primetime.
Little shameless plug there at the end. I love it. I respect it. But like he said, suit up and lace your boots up. The business of America is business. Stop complaining. Stop crying. Go to work. Get your work done. Go home. You can do all your crying and complaining there, whatever you want to do. But when you're at work, you put in that work. Like, I don't understand how that's a foreign concept. I don't know. Y'all let me know if you feel the same way. If I'm wrong, if I'm a little too harsh, maybe I'm being too harsh. Talk to me in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.